You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show.
Hi everyone, Bing is for doing, and here at AFTERBUZZ TV, we're doing another Project Runway Season 12, Episode 9. Let's do brunch recap. I'm your host, Alina Akram, and this is my lovely co-host, Virginia.
Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight?
And we're obviously missing Steph.
And Amanda.
And we were missing Virginia before, and myself last week, so sorry about this.
It's Fashion Week, there's a lot of stuff going on. I know that's where Amanda is right now. She's strutting her stuff down the catwalk somewhere, being fabulous.
Show her some Twitter love, you guys. Let's get right into it. Let's do brunch. This was all about the modern Southern woman, and they were designing for the Belk girl. That's the challenge.
Yep.
And they wanted these designers to create something for the Belk customer, relaxed, calm, vibrant, and with color and feminine details. And how they started the challenge is they invited them to a really pretty Southern brunch,
which is my favorite meal of all time. I love brunch. So I was pretty excited once I saw, all the French toast and everything like that. I was like, wish I could have been there.
Oh, I heard your comments. Yum, that looks good.
Yeah, I do love brunch.
Yeah, it did look really good.
I'm from the South.
Okay, all right, so perfect. You totally relate to this challenge.
Somewhat. I'm from Texas. We associate ourselves with the South when we feel like it.
I think it works. I think you fit the Southern Belle, modern Southern Belle.
I'm very
mode.
Girly.
That's what I was going to say. You're very feminine. You
Yep.
like color.
Yep.
All right, so I need your take tonight. And they had to create a day or evening look. They had one day, 30 minutes to sketch, and their suggested spending was $200 to $250. Also, we saw I don't know his title exactly, but a rep from Belk. I thought it was really funny that he came in a salmon blazer.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
of course,
Southern gentleman.
Yep.
So it was appropriate. Anything you want to add about the challenge, Virginia?
No, I just think it's very funny, being from the South, or, I can relate. I've been to Georgia and I've had brunches there, and it is like a very formal, they have their teas, all that sort of thing. But it's funny to see people's reaction who aren't from the South, who do go straight to the plaid, I found the way that they designed it was very fitting, but, some people just take it so seriously, we'll see Ken, and I feel like almost sometimes you get a little too involved, or you're too close to the situation, which is what I think maybe happened with him and Dom. But it's really interesting to see what people's idea of the South is, or what they think goes on down there.
Yeah, when I think of the Southern women, I think that they dress up a little more.
Right.
They're more polished.
Absolutely. It's more of a thing, we're on the West Coast here. I even feel a little lax. I'll wear, jean shorts most of the time, a comfy tank, but down south, it's all about getting dressed up.
Yeah, I don't think the whole Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen look would fly in the South, like the boho, extra baggy, garbage lady look.
Yeah, no, you're definitely tailored, and you want to have, high heels on, and, maybe even sometimes a hat. So, yeah, fancy.
Fancy, very fancy. When they were sketching, I thought Dom's sketch was beautiful. She initially had a print.
I loved the print. As soon as I saw the print, I was like, she's going to do something amazing with this. And then, she just didn't go with her gut, and that turned out to be a disaster, which was really sad. But, Ken from day one has kind of gotten on my nerves. In this challenge, I was like, oh, maybe he's actually going to do, really well because he is from the South. But I thought it was very funny how, everybody started asking him, what is the South like? And he was like, oh, I'm not going to tell anybody. Whereas last week, this is what he got, furious with Helen about. If you guys remember from last week, Helen asked Tim, can we use the patterns that you guys gave, or the fabric that you gave us to make a pattern? And you know, he said, yeah, of course. And then Ken said, oh, well, what did you say? And she was like, oh, I'm not going to tell. And he lost his mind and completely, you know, cussed her out and everything. Whereas this time he, you know, he was in that same position and then he didn't want to share. So I find it very interesting how we have a little Kanye on our hands.
Ken has a lot of attitude.
He does.
I don't think it's justified either because he's not on the top yet.
No, I think it's definitely an insecurity more than anything.
And I think his taste is questionable too. We'll talk more about that later, but
yeah, not a fan.
And I liked him at first.
Really?
Yeah, you know what? If you have just enough attitude and it's justified and you're just fun and funny.
Like Christian Siriano.
Like Christian Siriano, even Sandro.
So, well, Sandro, we know your love for the Europeans or Russians, Eastern Europeans.
Okay, then it works. But Ken takes it a little too far. Like when he told Alexandria that to be quiet, I'm speaking.
Yeah, exactly.
Be seated. I like it. All right. Before we get into the workroom, I want to remind everybody about Fox's Tuesday premieres.
I know. I'm so excited for all the new shows coming out this season.
Yep. This Tuesday, Fox is throwing the kind of bash that starts in Mexico and ends with James Franco crashing the party as they welcome New Girl and Mindy Project for an all-new season. First, it's the return of New Girl, and when we see Jess and Nick, they were making out. Or when we see them last, we see Jess and Nick making out. And so make sure you tune in next week. And my engineer just told me to stop with that, so I will. All right, on to the workroom.
Yeah, let's get into it.
But actually, before we get into it, let's talk about Serial Buddies. Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro's film. It's on video on demand. It's on iTunes. You guys go download it. Check it out on iTunes. Support us. It's a really funny movie. It's like Dumb and Dumber meets Dexter. They have a lot of guest stars. Kathy Lee Griffin, Beth Baer, Maria's in the movie. So check it out.
Yeah, and while you're on iTunes, you might as well just go ahead and rate us 5 stars like you guys always do and leave us your comments. We love the comments.
Yes.
That's how we get all this fun, fabulous stuff and feedback for you guys.
All right, let's move on to the workroom. So I already mentioned John Thomas from whatchamacallit. Now I'm lost. I already mentioned John Thomas from Belk's coming in his salmon blazer, but he actually came in during the workroom and he let everybody know that the winning look would be produced and sold on Belk and Belk.com. Big deal. We have this challenge every season, so I wasn't surprised.
Right. Yeah, no, it's great that they actually get to, you know, see their stuff being made. And with Helen winning, you know, last season, it really ups the ante because when they no longer have immunity, it's like, well, what am I really winning? You know, so I think from these challenges moving forward, they all get some kind of cool prize out of it. And, you know, just seeing your stuff out there is always really fun. Yeah.
That's crazy. I wonder if they get any type of compensation or it's just the fact that they won.
Yeah, I think it's just they won.
Yeah. So it's beneficial for everybody. All right. Alexandria is fearful from the beginning. You mentioned that a lot of designers weren't familiar with the Southern woman. She's one of them. She said she hopes that they're not onto her and the fact that she's really scared to design for this woman she's unfamiliar with.
Well, I think a lot of it also is that, you know, when people, especially in this, you know, they're thinking of New York Fashion Week, they're thinking of, you know, like a completely different type of woman. They have their own aesthetic, you know, like the people that are wanting to be these, you know, name brand designers like themselves, you know, like Zach Posen, they don't really design for the Southern woman. You know, like it's a completely different mindset. So that's why they've never done anything like this before.
Yeah, and I feel like Alexandria has a really clean, modern
like aesthetic. New Yorker.
Very New Yorker.
Like she only likes to design in black.
Black, white.
Yeah.
Really clean silhouette, so it doesn't work. I don't know. All right. And then we have Ken, who had commentary about everybody's designs. I guess a lot of people chose the plaid. Jeremy? No.
Braden did. No, Jeremy had that really awful, like, school teacher, lawyer print dress.
Braden, Alexander, and I don't remember the third. Oh, yeah, Alexandria. They all had the plaid. So Ken's commentary was, we're designing for the modern Southern woman, not Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, which, I mean, I think you can do anything with the plaid. I wasn't, like, I loved actually what they did with the plaids. It was really interesting to see their take on it. You know, I understand me saying, like, oh, okay, you can't make, like, a tie or a button-down shirt and tie it up with shorts. You know, like, I know people think of that as Southern, too, but that's what you do, like, on the weekend or nighttime.
She's like, we do it, but it's,
yeah, I mean, you wear that occasionally.
So the blue plaid shirt.
But not for brunch.
Tied with denim
With,
cutoffs
like,
and
cute
cowboy
denim shorts.
boots.
Yeah, you see that. Maybe that's more like Arizona.
No, I see Texas. Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
All right. Tim, he comes in and he talks to Alexander first. He suggests that his dress is more of a cocktail dress and not a day dress. He was going for a day dress. And to remind everybody, Alexander had the cute plaid dress with
Like
the
the
sweetheart
brushstrokes.
Yeah, with the sweetheart neckline and the flowy skirt. So I thought that was a good suggestion from Tim. He knows what he's talking about. And I think he could still go either way.
Yeah, and, you know, like, it just kind of depends, you know, like, how you style it, you know, that type of thing. But I definitely think he needed to give him that vision of, like, cocktail, because he was kind of floundering on which way he wanted to go with it. So I think cocktail, he, like, sexed it up a bit, and it really worked well for him.
Yeah, with Braden, Tim loves the textile. It's funny because he was wearing a plaid necktie that matched his fabric, and he asks him why he has all the self-doubt. Again, Braden was one of those people doubting himself, and Tim really gave him some encouraging words and said, you know, you may not please the judges, but you may please them. So you can't sit here and doubt yourself. I thought that was sound advice. You really need to have confidence.
Yeah, and I felt like the aesthetic of, you know, like the button-down shirt dress, it really reminded me of, like, Tommy Hilfiger, you know, like what you would see in, like, Macy's or something. And that's exactly what it's like Belka's like. Like, you can see those, you know, more lines like that in
I've
there.
never been to Belk or even heard of it. What's it like?
It's like
Is it
a Macy's. Yeah.
Okay. Jeremy, Tim's worried about the color combo, and once he said it, I saw it too. He had this beautiful coral fabric, and he was using black as well, and suddenly it looked like Halloween. It was black and orange.
That was Justin.
Jeremy
had the red jacket with the printed
Justin.
dress.
I get my J's mixed up.
Yeah. No,
I swear I have not drank tonight, you guys.
It does seem like we've had a few.
Yeah, I think I look like the only drinker tonight. But go on, thank you.
Yeah, so Justin had the Halloween-looking colors, which it is true. As soon as you put orange and black together, you start thinking that. But I mean, coral is just such a beautiful color, and it's been so hot this season. You know, it's a good way to go.
And I think it really helped him create a strong look. The only problem was he only had 2 yards of that beautiful coral fabric, but we'll see later.
But I mean, 2 yards is a lot of fabric.
Is it?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Depending on what you make.
Kate, she had the beautiful orange and mauve, or is it magenta fabric with the floral.
Yeah. That one was great.
So I thought it was beautiful too. And she was really relying on the fabric, and I think she could because it was such a showstopper.
Yeah, it was great. And she always does something really fun and girly.
Yeah. And I think that works for this kind of a challenge. Ken, Tim's automatically crazy about the color. It was a really beautiful purple jewel tone. And he suggests that it's a night fabric. And he notices that Ken is very confident and he's having a lot of progress. So
I think, yeah, like he draped it really well. The back was really nice, the way that, you know, we saw it on the dress form. I think he just executed it really poorly. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But I did like the color.
Yeah, when it came to Alexandria, Tim totally tells her look is hideous and it's too boho, and he literally says an editing eye would be useful.
Yeah, I don't know what she could have maybe done to make that better.
Well, initially she was using a different fabric, and then she went back to the plaid when Tim said that.
Yeah, and I don't really know if that helped too much. I don't know. I mean, I guess she ends up being safe, but I wasn't a fan of that. Was just like a little too blue, too Tommy girl.
It was just whatever. It didn't do anything. So they continue in the workroom. Everybody's taking a really long time. Jeremy, Justin, Alexander, they're all behind. Dom is incredibly behind. She's literally sewing till the last minute. And what do you think about that? Are you surprised?
No, I'm not surprised. I mean, you know, they went to brunch and they only had for that one day. Like that's not really a lot of time for them to have, you know, on any of these challenges. And when you see like, Jeremy, he made a coat and a dress. Like that's a lot of work to put in one day. So it doesn't really surprise me. And, like Dom even said, like she was playing with her other fabric, not even finishing her garment because she was kind of torn. So I don't really think so. And because they were so out of their element of what to create or what they should, I feel like a lot of them really, I don't know, I feel like they got stuck a little bit.
And it's funny because you think that when they have these high fashion challenges, it's going to take them longer, but this is pretty commercial and they still had a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I definitely think they overthink when they're, kind of doing something like that is for something a little bit more specific than just make something you like or what is your taste. Like they have to put a client in mind, and I think that kind of throws them off a little.
When they were in the workroom, was there anybody that stood out to you?
Just because Helen has been, so strong lately, when I saw that, like, I really liked her yellow dress, the silhouette was nice, but then she put that awful floral overlay on that. I was just like, where is she going with this? Like, it reminded me of, like, Austin Powers, very 60s. I don't know. Like, she could have had a bouffant.
I completely agree. It was really pretty when it was just yellow, but then that daisy fabric or whatever lace made it look like a complete costume. It looked like, I don't know, a costume from Almost Famous, something 60s related.
Yeah, and yellow is just a hard color for some people.
It is.
So, I don't know. I just wasn't too much of a fan. But even she said, like, I don't relate at all to the Southern modern woman. So, it didn't really surprise me when she had those awful flowers. The only other one that I really liked was Dom. I was just so sad that she didn't use that print. And then her dress, I mean, it was a great color, but the waist seemed a little bit off. Like was it Empire? Was it not? And just the shoulders, they just seemed dated. But I liked the slit. But I always like a nice high slit on a long dress. So, yeah.
I just thought Dom's was boring, and I didn't like the construction, the colors, or blah. But maybe if she would have added that print, it would have brought out the color. I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't working for me in the workroom. What I do have to say about Helen, though, is that her execution and her fit is always really, really nice.
Yeah, she does a really good job of that.
So should we get right into the runway then?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Heidi, let's comment on her look. I like the red lip. I thought she looked beautiful. I thought the dress was cute, too.
I thought it was playful. The shrimp were, a nice little...
Was it shrimp?
Yeah, there were little shrimp on it. I thought it was cute. They eat a lot of shrimp and crawdads down there.
Yeah, so I guess she really went with the Southern theme. What'd you think of the red lip?
I like her. I mean, I think whenever she does something really bold like that, it's fun and playful, and it's Heidi. She can get away with it.
I don't know how these women get away with, like, she had a very, very minimum eye look. Mm-hmm. Basically just mascara and then the lip.
Yeah.
I want to try that, but it doesn't work.
It never looks good on me. And even when I try it on AfterBuzz, I'm like, I look like I have no makeup on. It looks awful.
Yeah, it looks like I'm 7 and I'm wearing my mom's red lipstick and I forgot everything else. So Heidi, tell us your secret. Give us a call. The guest judge is Stacy Keebler, who has a Lifetime new reality show.
It's like Supermarket Sweep or something similar to that.
Don't ask me, but I have no idea what it is. But she has pretty good style.
She does. I think she has a really good stylist. And, she was with George Clooney for how long? She had to have somebody make her look that fabulous next to him all the time.
Absolutely. And it helps to have George Clooney as a boyfriend because all of a sudden Marchesa and all these amazing designers were sending her clothes.
I'm sure.
I don't think she was getting those clothes when she was a WWE wrestler.
I don't think so either.
No?
No. After her Dancing with the Stars, it just took off.
And then there's Johnathan Thomas. He's the executive vice president of blah, 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 blah at Belk. I missed it, so sorry, guys. Fill me in. All right.
And then, of course, Tim just hanging out.
Tim hanging out in case he needs to give some input.
Yeah.
The first look that comes down the runway is Ken. Automatically, I thought that's a pretty color and fabric. Bad neckline, bad fit. It was just so boring.
Yeah.
You can't rely on color.
No, that's why I wrote, it really doesn't do anything for her figure. Like, it was really ill-fitting. And I feel like that's the problem with him. I feel like he has a good idea, but he can't execute it well. And if you can't execute it well then, I mean...
Yeah.
That's what happens. It's boring.
And it could be the best design, but if it doesn't fit the woman right, it looks terrible most of the time.
Yeah, this was his challenge, and I was really rooting for him to fail. And so I was kind of happy to see that it turned out so awful. But then he was just like, I mean, he really was like a little diva up there. Like,
we have to get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, I just didn't like that look at all.
It was brilliant. Helen, I thought it looked like a costume. We already talked about the yellow long fitted dress with the daisy overlay. It reminded me of Almost Famous, cute shape and execution, but I hated the daisies.
Yeah, I wrote good silhouette. That was about it.
Justin, he had the coral dress, and luckily he dropped the black due to Tim's suggestion. I thought it was beautiful and simple. I was kind of questioning the execution. It looked kind of messy in the back, but overall it was nice.
Yeah, I definitely thought the silhouette was nice, but there was something off about the fitting of the top. It was just a little bit mismade, but not so horrible that it got him on the bottom.
Yeah. Alexander, I thought it was fun and cute. Even though I wasn't a huge fan of that plaid print, I think he did a really good job. And it was sweetheart neckline and the flirty scarf skirt.
Yeah, no, I think anytime you do a sweetheart neckline, it always is a little bit flirty. It's good for, boobs of any size. Well, it is. It's flattering for, like smaller chested women. It makes your boobs look bigger. For bigger breasted women, it just shows a little cleavage. Sorry. I always like a sweetheart neckline. It just looks good.
No, it's true. It's very flattering and it's sexy, but it's not trashy.
Yeah.
I like it too.
Well, because if you have a square strapless, like if it's straight across the top, you just look like uniboob. Like I hate when it's just a straight strapless.
Straight strapless also reminds me of the 90s. I don't know why. Does it not? Like straight strapless was the business.
Like a bandeau.
Like a bandeau.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember Aaliyah's videos? She's
yeah. Okay.
the Tommy Hilfiger straight.
Yeah, that totally
90s.
makes sense.
Alexander, he had the that's what we just talked about. Alexandria, she was next. I thought it was kind of messy, but it was cute enough, scarf-like. Blah.
I felt like they
It was a
all
pass.
kind of looked the same. Like, how did they all come up with like the handkerchief type of skirt? But I mean, hers was just, whatever,
Yeah.
safe.
Exactly. Brayden, I hated it. I thought it was the worst look. He had the plaid button-down collared top and then a very odd skirt. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was like layered long in the back, short in the front, and then it had pleat. I don't know. Virginia.
Yeah,
Talk
I
to the
thought it
people.
was just, I felt like it looked like there was an apron in the front, and then it was just, a high-low dress. Kind of boring.
It didn't do anything for the model either, so. Dom, I thought it was a bad fit, bad color choices, boring. I was disappointed because I think she's really talented and I want to see what she's made of.
Yeah, and I just thought it was, bad fitting. The waist was not even a spot. Like either you want it at the Empire or you want it like accentuating the waist or drop waist. It was like no waist.
Yeah.
So I thought she kind of just sold herself short that time.
Jeremy had a red little jacket. It was a fitted blazer and then a red printed dress. It was like cocktail length V-neck. I thought the dress was very whatever, matronly maybe, and then I hated the jacket.
I completely agree. It was just a very matronly dress.
Yeah.
And the jacket was like an afterthought, I feel like, which was actually what he started with. I don't know. I think he just took way too much. He did way too much, or he was very ambitious with this project, and then the dress was like a throwaway.
Yeah. Kate, I thought it was cute and flirty and fun. I love the fabric. I wish it fit better because it wasn't too flattering, but overall it was pretty.
Yeah, I'm definitely a huge Kate fan, and I loved that dress. I think maybe if the waist was just a little bit lower, it might have been a little bit more flattering. But I mean, I would wear it. I would, put a really cute, bright pair of heels on with it and go to my party.
I could totally see you wearing it, and it was cute. Good fabric too.
Yeah, and I liked how the back was different. It was just like a nice, solid color, so it was kind of playful.
Yeah.
Go Kate.
Mm-hmm. So the top three were Brayden, Alexander, and Kate. The bottom three were Ken, Jeremy, and Dom. these judges were so disappointed in the bottom three because they expected more from them that, surprise, surprise, they give them an extra hour to either redo their look or completely start over.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, really bad. When they first did before they sent them back, they were going over everybody's look. And so they said that Helen, Justin, and Alexandria were safe. And so then it left the 6, and they don't, the way they do it, they don't say who's in the top or the bottom. So I was kind of like, oh my gosh, is Ken in the top? Is he in the bottom? Because the whole time he's going on about how he knows the Southern woman, and they start off with, was it Braden, saying how they liked his look. And he was just getting pissed and pissed and pissed because they were saying they loved the plaid, they loved this, and that's when they started, or he started rolling his eyes, and you could just tell he was, like he said, boiling.
How about the face-off he had with Heidi? And she was instigating too. She kept saying, "Are you okay?"
I love Heidi because it's her show. She can do what she wants, and she was like, "You're not gonna have more attitude than me."
She was basically saying, "I dare you, please make my day."
Yeah. Oh, I wish he would have, because it would have been like hilarious. Like, you can't fight with Heidi. You just can't.
But the faces he was making, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
He was.
And she was like,
burning holes.
She was like, "Do you have
into
something to say?" And he was like, "No, not right now." I wish he, what would he have said?
If his eyes were probes, all the judges would be dead.
Yeah.
It was bad. So I thought that was hilarious. Good job to the editors and producers. That was entertaining. So they had an hour, redo the look. They can get more fabric, and they can choose one designer to help them. You want to name who picked whom?
So Ken chose Kate, which I thought was really safe because she's just really sweet. Because I was wondering, like, who is he going to pick? Like, he doesn't have any more friends, it seems like. And then Dom picked Helen, which I thought was incredibly smart because Helen has been killing it, and she sews really, really well and fast. And then Jeremy chose Alexander, which I agree because I believe they worked together last episode, and so they already had like a working relationship. But I think that might have been what was his downfall, because Alexander told him, like, you should just do this dress, like that's what you did the time before, and it seemed to work for you. And he was like, okay, and he did that. So I'm kind of thinking that didn't help him too much.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Ken and Dom made pretty safe, smart choices. And I think for whatever reason, Dom and Helen's aesthetic kind of go together too. They're both a little edgy, and I think they could work together well. So we see these bottom 3 send out 3 new dresses. Wow, I was so impressed by Dom's dress. I would wear that. I think every female judge up there was like, I would wear that. What did you think?
I absolutely loved the dress. It had an asymmetrical neckline, and the print was just a really nice black and white print that anybody can wear, and it just flowed really nice. And it was something you could wear to, a cocktail party, or you could wear it to brunch and just be like the showstopper, like, hello, I'm here.
Yeah, if you could wear it with some cute flat sandals, simple, or dress it up like you said and wear it to a cocktail party. I think it could go with any occasion for any girl.
And it would fit all sizes.
Yes, flattering. So I was shocked. I really loved that dress. It was a lot better than her first one. The fit was better. So now, I guess it helps when you have another designer there too. So the winner, let's mention the winner though first before we say who gets kicked off.
The winner?
Winner. The first winner was Braden. And that was my choice for worst. So I was really shocked and disappointed. Ugh.
I know. Not as fun. Definitely Tommy Hilfiger type.
Do you see the Belk woman buying that dress? I don't.
I definitely see it like Tommy Hilfiger. Like, you could see it next to a guy with like a polo shirt on, and
that's true.
Wah, wah. I wish it would have been Kate's, because then I could have bought it.
And then we see in the bottom 3, they really, really, like you and I, they really love Dom's dress. And surprise, surprise, John Thomas offered to produce the dress, and she was also a winner this week.
Yeah, I can't, so we should be able to see online how much that cost. Have you ever looked at how much some of this stuff costs when you go online? Like the New Balance jacket from last week that Helen made, it's online for like $99. So I just feel like they're really overpriced. Maybe
that's a lot for a workout jacket.
Yeah, it's not Lululemon.
No,
it's New Balance.
No, and it wasn't even like anything special. And then, so they're reproducing Dom. She cries. Then we have Ken and Jeremy's looks left. They didn't really hate either of them. They thought Jeremy's was a little boring. He had created it looked like almost like a scarf dress. It was very whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bias dress, you know, like, and he'd already made something like that. So the bias dress that he made before, they really loved, but that one had so much more meaning. This one just looked like she said, it looked like a sheet or a pillowcase with a hole in it.
Yep.
You know, I just thought Ken's just looked a little trashy, like trashy bridesmaid to me.
Very, and it cheapened the fabric.
Yeah.
He had created some type of draping, and it was one-shouldered and then really, really short, which every judge mentioned too.
Yeah, I was not a fan. And then the back, the way that he made the sleeve go towards the back, and the back, I don't know, I just felt like if he was going to do that sleeve, then maybe he should have made it strapless in the back or something. I don't know.
It didn't work.
It wasn't cute.
I would have definitely chosen Jeremy to stay over Ken, but I think the fact that Ken has more personality and will make for better TV.
Yeah, Jeremy's just so sweet.
Boring. So
Yeah.
They send Jeremy home.
Womp womp.
Womp, womp, womp. Another week with Ken. But
I'd prefer Sandro.
me too. Better kind of drama.
Yeah, more
Producers,
fun. I mean,
maybe
he
they'll
would
bring him
cry
back.
at his, you know, like what grown Russian man cries at their sewing machine?
I know. Sandro does. All right. Well, we don't really have news, but it was Fashion Week, so we know that 1 or 3 lucky designers are.
Well, they usually
Project
have
Runway.
like 10 of them show, actually.
Well, 10 of them show, so we're not on to them. But the 3 finalists show their looks
We don't
for
know.
Fashion Week, and they choose one.
Yeah, and it was going on this week because I did see Josh Christensen and a bunch of them were posting pictures that they were there, and so very exciting.
Yeah, and for all you Project Runway fans, make sure to follow Ken on Twitter because he went on a complete rant tonight. He talks about how the show is completely edited, and he can't wait till he can tell everybody the truth about Project Runway. So, Ken, we want to talk to you. We want to know the truth.
We want to know the truth. We do, because, I mean, they can't make that much of it up. Like, he actually did act like that. And as we see next week, I mean, he, like, goes off on Alexander. So
I think he's on a roll.
we'll see.
We will see. But that's it for our show tonight. So thanks everybody for listening.
Yep, tune in next time.
Yes, and where can they find you? Where
You can
fans
find me at Virginia Reyna.
All right, and you guys can follow me on Twitter at _Alina23. Thanks for listening, everyone.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.